Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. Barriers are in the process of being installed under the Girl Street Bridge along the downtown Greenway on Murrow Boulevard. The barriers are a mechanism to provide peace of mind and protection for vehicles and pedestrians. The city is awaiting the completion of the biannual inspection report from the North Carolina Department of Transportation, currently underway. The bridge and Murrow Boulevard are both safe for all traffic. On February 21st, pieces of concrete appeared to have dislodged from the end of the bridge. The installed barriers will reduce the likelihood of incidents caused by the debris, but will not impact pedestrian or vehicle traffic. When the inspection is complete, the city will identify any other required repairs and offer a timeline for implementation. In addition to the Girl Street Bridge, all bridges in the city limits are currently being assessed by North Carolina DOT as part of its routine biannual inspections. The Girl Street Bridge passed its most recent NC DOT inspection in 2022. Spring is right around the corner, which means many of you are making a list of projects to do around the house, inside and out. This also applies to sprucing up your neighborhood. If you do not own the appropriate tools and equipment to do the work yourself, or you cannot afford to buy or rent those items, the solution is the city's free Neighborhood Toolbox Tool Lending Center. This popular program, which has been on break for the winter season, is officially open for 2024. Reservations for tools and equipment are being accepted again. The first day for scheduled tool and equipment pickup is Monday, March 4th. Pickup and returns take place at the Greensboro Sportsplex from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mondays through Wednesdays. Visit the city's website and review the list of available tools and equipment. If you see what you need, simply complete the request form to borrow the items. Neighborhood Toolbox is a joint effort between the city's Housing and Neighborhood Development Department and Lowe's Home Improvement. Housing staff created the program last year, and Lowe's donated the equipment and tools. This tool lending program is available for non-commercial purposes to people living within Greensboro city limits. The Guilford County Board of Commissioners have scheduled a series of budget town hall meetings taking place this month from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The meetings will provide an overview of Guilford County's programs and services, the annual budget process and economic conditions impacting the budget, and an opportunity to hear from residents. The dates and locations of the county's budget town hall meetings are as follows. Monday, March 11th in the Media Center at Hairston Middle School located on NACO Road in Greensboro. Tuesday, March 12th in the Media Center at Page High School located on Alma Penix Drive. Monday, March 18th in the Media Center at Sylvia Mendez Newcomer School located on Ferndale Boulevard in High Point. Attendees will also get to participate in a departmental resource fair as part of each budget session. For more information, contact Eddie Cabrera Blanco in the Guilford County Communications Department. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Did you know that about 95% of people will develop back pain at some point in their life? I think there are some simple things you can do to help prevent the onset of back pain or reduce back pain that you may have. So let's talk about some of those ways. So I think one of the most important ways to avoid hurting your back is to avoid unnecessary bending, lifting, or twisting. We call it BLT because it's easy to remember. Bending, lifting, and twisting. Those are the things we want to try to avoid to try to help our back and try not to hurt our back. So we're going to show some of those things now. We're going to show the proper way to bend to pick up an umbrella off of the ground. So I think that's one way. I think there's two even better ways, and we're going to show that now. She's going to go down on one knee to pick it up. Right. What we really want to avoid is bending at the waist or the back to pick it up, and we really want to bend at the knees. I think that's important. The last way we can show to pick up things is called the golfer's bend, where we're leaning forward with a leg back and lift like that. And I think that's also easier on the back because it keeps the back straight. Again, we want to avoid bending at the hips and the back, but bend down instead. So one of the more difficult things you'll do around your house is bend over to pick up bigger objects that are somewhat more awkward. And we're going to show how to pick up a box now and try to do that without hurting our back. You see she gets down on one knee, she lifts the box, and she holds it close to her body. That's really important because if you hold it far from your body, it makes your back want to bend. It puts a fulcrum on your back. So it's important when you pick it up, then carry it close to your body. Now we're going to talk about twisting. And one of the things we twist to do is to grab objects such as tissue. So we're going to show how to correctly turn to grab a tissue. If you notice, she turned her whole body to grab the tissue and then her whole body back. And this is the wrong way to grab the tissue out of my hands. You notice she twisted her body that time. That puts undue forces on your low back and can cause back pains. I think there are several lifestyle changes people can make to improve their back health and either improve their back pain or prevent back pain. I think two of the most important are using good posture and using good body mechanics. So standing straight, sitting straight, lengthening the spine, and then using good body mechanics when lifting, bending, and avoidance of twisting maneuvers. Also, I think that for those who are overweight, losing weight down to an ideal body mass index can be very important. And I think reducing stress can also be important because it seems that any medical condition we have, stress seems to make it worse. So I think exercise is also extremely important, and I think exercises to improve core strength and improve flexibility, such as yoga and Pilates, are very important in prevention of back pain and improving chronic back pain. And lastly, I think quitting smoking can be very important in reducing back pain in those with chronic back issues. Smoking has been linked to degenerative disorders of the spine. Thanks for joining me today. Don't let a few wrong moves with your back stop your active lifestyle. To learn more, go to conehealth.com/backpain. This is Dr. David Jones.
Gone are the days of plastic yard waste bags, and there's still time to attend the city's budget town hall and ask questions. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Solid Waste and Recycling Department is no longer accepting yard waste in plastic bags. Residents may use their own supply of biodegradable paper bags to dispose of leaves or other yard waste. The bags are designed to hold up to rainy weather lasting up to 7 days of heavy moisture. Please note paper grocery bags won't stand up to the rain. This change in policy is part of a larger shift in yard waste rules this year. As of today, bundles of sticks less than 5 feet long and 50 pounds may be disposed of each week using personal yard waste bins or carts. The city will collect up to 10 items, a combination of bags and bundles per house each week. This spring, customers will receive a 95-gallon rolling cart for leaves and yard waste. The contents will be collected on regular collection days. You can decline the cart by March 31st. Residents may also purchase a second yard waste cart for $65. Call the contact center at 336-373-2489 to place an order. As of July 1st, the city will no longer collect personal yard waste bins or carts. Leaf season begins on November 1st. The city will accept up to 15 items, a combination of paper yard waste bags and bundles of sticks per household each week. This is in addition to yard waste in the 95-gallon cart. For more information, visit the city's website. The public is invited to attend the remaining community budget sessions being hosted in each City Council district. These sessions allow residents to provide feedback about the City Council's priorities and get updates about citywide projects. To review the city budget, visit the budget section of the city's website. The remaining meeting dates and locations are as follows. District 3 is on Tuesday, March 12th at 5 p.m. at Lewis Recreation Center on Forest Lawn Drive. District 4 meets on Wednesday, March 13th at 6 p.m. in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber at the Melvin Municipal Office Building on West Washington Street. District 5 is on Thursday, March 14th at 6 p.m. at the Leonard Recreation Center on Ballinger Road. To learn which City Council district you live in, access the interactive map on the city's website. For assistance with ADA needs, contact Gary Canapino at 336-373-2723. Julia Murrow will be featured in the Grow Greensboro Residency for Original Works program today through April 14th. Miro is the owner and manager of Little Independent Artist and artistic director of Little Independent Theater. She will facilitate discussions and workshops to help participants find and share their voices, develop a script, and work collaboratively to produce theater performances. Miro's residency begins with a meet and greet from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, March 4th. This will be an opportunity to introduce the workshop participants and give an overview of the culminating projects. Over the 6-week residency, Miro will offer interactive sessions including storytelling, body language, how to prepare for auditions, producing and stage management, and essential elements such as costumes, props, lighting, and sound. The workshops will also include discussion topics such as theater and social justice, entertainment versus education, and self-awareness. The Grow Residency space is next to the Davie Street entrance of the Greensboro Cultural Center, located at 200 North Davie Street. Everything you want to know about food history will be served up by a famous author. Coming up after the break, we'll feature this One City, One Book author. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Food historian Jessica B. Harris will visit Greensboro this week. The event is a continuation of the extended celebration of the One City, One Book community read. Joining me now to tell us more about this well-known author is Beth Sheffield. She is the manager of major programming at the Greensboro Public Library. Hello, Beth. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, you have been extremely busy with the One City, One Book and all of the activities that go with it. The book is The Carolina Table, North Carolina Writers on Food. So I know folks are enjoying that. Tell us why we're in for such a treat with Dr. Harris visiting Greensboro.
Dr. Harris is the food historian for food historians.
Oh.
She is an icon of knowledge about the history of migrations of food patterns, and just so knowledgeable, but also tells it in a way where you can see the story, of the food history. She has a book called High on the Hog, which has been made into a Netflix series and has been renewed for a second season.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
So
yes.
we're getting a celebrity of sorts coming into our midst. Okay.
A food all-star. I think she has won every James Beard Award.
Oh, that's impressive.
For her books, as a writer, as a person. Yes.
And Netflix is just the top of that stack of accolades.
Yes.
So as the One City, One Book continues, what has surprised you most about the community's response to the book?
I think they've enjoyed finding about the different food cultures within North Carolina. The book, Carolina Table, covers 31 essays and really shares food culture from the coast to the mountains and the Piedmont. And the stories really have resonated. People have stopped me in the grocery store and said, oh, that story, there was a story about a divorce and kind of the separating, and that really resonated with me. You know, there's some hard stories in the book which are wonderful too, in a way, for discussion.
Yeah.
So the discussions have been rich. And it's been great to see how the librarians and the community have interwoven food and into the programming and into their celebrations of the book.
Well, anytime you have food involved, you can get such a great conversation going because food means something different for every person.
Yes.
So you call me up when there's food, I'll be there.
Yes.
Now, is there still time for the community to participate in One City, One Book?
Yes. We have book sets available for community organizations to check out. If they need a set of 40 books, we can provide those because we have a special book club collection, as you know, that we can check out books for 6 weeks to community groups, to book clubs, to you get a group of friends together to read this book. And you can come out, the people on hand at the Jessica B. Harris program, we can share information about how to also check out the books at that program on March 7th.
Okay, and other upcoming One City, One Book programs happening in the community, can you give us a sneak peek?
Absolutely. Besides what's happening this week with Dr. Jessica B. Harris, we have a wonderful program for our cinema buffs. We have One City, One Book Cinema that's happening at the Hemphill branch. This month's feature is called Lunchbox, and it's set in Mumbai. Also, we have at the Kathleen Clay Edwards Family Branch coming up at the end of the month how to grow culinary herbs.
Oh, wow.
Which will be very interesting. And then one of my favorite events that's coming up in just a week or so at the Hemphill branch is Name That Tune, Food and Drink.
Okay, like a game show.
Like a game show, but it's songs that contain food or drink, and you have to guess the songs. And if you've ever played Name That Tune at the Hemphill branch, it's loads of fun. People divide up in teams. There are buzzers, there are prizes. It's fun.
Okay, well, that sounds like a lot of engagement and opportunity to show us what you know with music, with food in the title, and herbs. Who can miss that out? So with that, we will say thank you for the sneak peek. One City, One Book just continues to be that thing that convenes our community, and we hope that you'll come back and let us know about the other great programming at Greensboro Public Library.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city that's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Planning Department wants to hear from residents interested in helping to ensure the city's design standards for property in historic districts are as clear and user-friendly as possible. Share your input at a community meeting from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday, March 7th at the Greensboro College Leah Center on West Market Street. If you are unable to attend in person, plan to join the meeting via Zoom. The purpose of the Historic District Standards is to protect the special character of Greensboro's historic neighborhoods, College Hill, Dunleith, and Fisher Park. Over the years, current standards have served that purpose well, but the Planning Department's Historic Preservation team says it's time for a review. Greensboro senior planner Mike Cowig said where necessary, we need to bring our standards up to date in terms of energy efficiency, sustainability, and resilience. Staff also will ensure city standards conform with the U.S. Secretary of the Interior standards for the treatment of historic properties, which is the country's official preservation standards. For more information, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here's some of the special events happening this week on the town. The Tanger Center welcomes the Tony Award-winning musical Six for 8 shows March 5th through the 10th. From Tudor queens to pop icons, the 6 wives of Henry VIII take the microphone to remix 500 years of historical heartbreak into a euphoric celebration of 21st century girl power. Buy tickets at the box office or online at tangercenter.com. The Atlantic Coast Conference Women's Basketball Tournament returns to the Greensboro Coliseum March 6th through the 10th. 5 ACC teams are nationally ranked this year, including North Carolina State and top-seeded Virginia Tech. Tickets are available at the Coliseum box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. Stephen Curtis Chapman, one of contemporary Christian music's best-known artists, plays the Carolina Theater March 7th. Now in his 4th decade of performing, the musical storyteller has won 5 Grammys and a record 59 Gospel Music Association Dove Awards, including 7 Artist of the Year honors. Buy tickets at the box office or online at carolinatheater.com. A free community writing workshop and open mic night celebrates International Women's Day, March 8th at Bull City Cider Works. Local writers Melissa Hazard and Deborah Kaufman facilitate this event titled Inspire Inclusion. Writers and non-writers are welcome to share a work created or inspired by a woman from another country. Register through the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Human Rights Boards and Commissions will host a panel discussion at its next meeting on Tuesday, March 12th. The session starts at 6 p.m., taking place at the Barber Park Event Center in East Greensboro. Intergovernmental Relations Manager Latoya Caesar Crawford will join Assistant City Managers Trey Davis and Nasha McCrae to discuss community engagement and partnerships. The trio will talk about how the city solicits and implements feedback from residents and community organizations. Caesar Crawford joined the city in 2022 and serves as the liaison between the city and government agencies at local, regional, and national levels. Davis served Greensboro's police department from 2002 to 2019 before moving to the city manager's office, where he oversees public safety policies and initiatives. McCrae joined the city in 2009, directing the Parks and Recreation Department from 2018 to 2022, when she assumed her current role as Assistant City Manager. The Barber Park Event Center is located at 1502 Barber Park Drive. For more information, contact Commission's Administrator Liz Lennon at 336-373-2038. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to PGA of America. The organization's Reach Foundation is awarding a $250,000 Places to Play Spectator Championship Legacy Grant to Gillespie Golf Course. This award will be presented in May during the PGA Championship to be played at Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte. The Carolinas section of the PGA, First Tee Central Carolina, Bryan Foundation and Greensboro Parks and Recreation worked collaboratively on the grant application. This award will go towards improvements at the Gillespie Golf Course, which will further increase access to the sport of golf. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.